What's up, everybody? Welcome to part 2 GCW WrestleMania 2. What happened at the show? We already did it for GCW WrestleMania 1. We're obviously on the road to GCW WrestleMania 8. So what I'm doing in these series here is take a look back at previous GCW WrestleManias. And now we're starting off GCW WrestleMania 2 here. You can see the stage. It was actually a custom-made stage that was built out of wood and stuff like that. It looked alrightish. Like right now, I don't think it looks that great anymore, but back in the day, I thought it was pretty cool. And we started the show off with a Money in the Bank ladder match, but this one was a Money in the Bank tag team ladder match, and the winning team would get to cash in their briefcases on the tag team champion. So it was a little bit different, something I came up with. I don't think the idea is too bad. I think we could definitely do that again down the line. I think it would be fun if we get GCW's tag team division going again. Like right now, there are not too many teams in the division, but you know, we're going to crown the new tag team champions at WrestleMania. We have the vacant championship on the line in a three-way. So yeah, WrestleMania 2 was already a bit better than previous WrestleMania, the first one. The storylines were a lot better, and the posing was a little bit better too. I don't think it was great at all, but yeah, it was definitely a lot better. And we can look at some spots that happened here. I think I came up with some cool spots. Here's Dean Ambrose getting, oh yeah, Swagger sending him back into the thing that we had set up there. Poison Rana by Rollins and following up with the ladder. Oh yeah, so this was kind of near the finish. Tyson Kidd tried to take out Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley. Back body drop onto the ladder. It's actually a spot we did in the first ladder match too at GCW WrestleMania 1. Moxley gets crotched on the ladder, and Cesaro takes home the briefcases for him and Jack Swagger, and yeah, they won the tag team Money in the Bank briefcases. And then we had a little backstage, you know, the guys in the main event getting ready. CM Punk doing some jumps there with Paul Heyman. Randy Orton sitting in John Laurinaitis' office because, you know, and Cena being the lone wolf in that matchup. And then we had a second match. This was a Tensai against Yoshitatsu, and Tensai was the Intercontinental Champion back in that day. And there was a decent match with Yoshitatsu here. I really don't remember what happened, but let's see. I think Yoshi might be going over. Yeah, so Yoshitatsu won the GCW Intercontinental Championship for the first time ever. I think he held the Tag Team Champions, which was a really stupid storyline, but yeah. So now we had Ryback and Roman Reigns, and that was kind of set up as a match because the Shield was backing Randy Orton and John Laurinaitis in the main event later, and they had some issues with Ryback, so I just set up a Roman Reigns Ryback match for that, and I think it was a decent match. And let's look at what happened here near the finish. Oh yeah, the Shield ran in for, I guess, a disqualification. Yeah, so he's just cutting a promo, which was way too fast. Nobody could read that. And yeah, Brock obviously, and on yeah, RVD too. They were the Heyman guys, so they were kind of in Punk's corner with Paul Heyman against the Shield, who was backed by or Laurinaitis, who was backed by the Shield and Randy Orton, obviously. So there was just a little like angle here that we set up in the middle of the show to get ready for the main event. And here we had a tag team championship match, and I remember this actually being pretty good. We had the tag team champions, John Trademark, Alex Brooks. So you guys know, these are not real wrestlers. They were just pretty much creator wrestlers, and they competed in all kinds of different pic feds back in the day, so I had them in too. And it was fun because, you know, they had like unique move sets and stuff, and I thought they were really fun to use, and they held the tag team championships for a while. and they took on Miz and Morrison, who were with Joey Mercury and Melina back in that day. Thought that was kind of cool to have them all together. And yeah, Melina kicked Trademark in the balls and then took down Alex Brooks too. And oh yeah, I think something cool is going to happen here. Melina is actually fighting Trademark, and Trademark is like climbing up the cage wall here and going for the double foot stomp, falls back into the ring, and there comes the Miz with a boot, and I think he goes for the skull crushing finale and waiting for the ref to get back in, but Trademark kicked out. So I actually wasn't a bad spot. I mean, maybe it was a little bit unrealistic, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, that was Alex Brooks' finisher, but John Morrison saved him. Super kick to Trademark. And I thought we were kind of near to the finish. Oh yeah, this is Trademark's finisher, but no, Morrison gets out. Backslide, kick out. Reversed Rana. I mean, we had a ton of reversed Ranas on the shows back in the day, because I just thought they were so cool. Knee, double foot stomp, a backflip into double foot stomp, Miz skull crushing finale, and into the cover, and Trademark got the foot on the rope again, yeah. Oh yeah, and Alex Brooks actually pulled out the shooting star press, because I thought he's kind of built like Brock Lesnar, so why not have him pull out a shooting star at WrestleMania? And here's actually Shelton Benjamin. If you remember, he won the Money in the Bank ladder match at GCW WrestleMania 1, and then won the world title, and Kofi won the #1 contenders match. So that was the WrestleMania match for the world title, and I thought it was just a really fun one to do back in the day, and I guess it was alright. It wasn't too bad, but I don't think it was too great either. But Shelton Benjamin was really fun to use back in the day for me. I think he still would be, but right now I don't really have plans for him, so. But he definitely is a fun to use character. Now, okay, he actually won with that. That was kind of weird. Okay, so Triple H, Dolph Ziggler, that was like a blood feud we had back in the day, because Triple H got jealous that HBK was pretty much the manager of Dolph Ziggler, and you know, they started fighting over it, and I think that match was pretty fun. We had Triple H get the sledgehammer, yeah. Shawn kicked it out of his hand, and Ziggler super kicked him for the finish. I thought that was really that was the finish to do in that match, man. I think Shawn didn't really pick a side, but then, you know, when Triple H got unfair, he kicked the sledgehammer out of his hand, and I think that was the perfect finish to go. Then we had Jeff Hardy and Daniel Bryan. I don't think that was too great of a match. I don't even really remember why we had this one, to be honest. I think, yeah, I know the finish. Yeah, he goes for the running knee into the reversed twist of fate, and then he goes for the swanton bomb, and I think that one is it. Yeah, Jeff Hardy beats Daniel Bryan at GCW WrestleMania 2. Like I said, that match wasn't that great, but yeah. I think they actually teamed up at the next show, because, you know, that's what you do. If, you know, and now, the Wyatt family, this was like my biggest project back in the day, to book the Wyatt family really well, and I think I did so, and this all led to this big match against the Brothers of Destruction, a 2-on-3 handicapped match, and it was alright. And actually, the Bray Wyatt figure back in the day was still unreleased, and I got really lucky and got that early, so it was super cool to use that. I think I was pretty much the first person to have that Bray Wyatt figure, so that was cool. And I think the match got a little bit ridiculous at parts, but I always will just go into the finish, because we're not gonna watch the whole thing here. So actually, I think what is going to happen here, this is going to be the first loss for the Wyatt family in GCW. Taker kicks out of the Sister Abigail. And Bray Wyatt trying to go for another one, and Taker reverses it into the tombstone. And yeah, Bray Wyatt went into that crab walk, and Undertaker picked him up again. Tombstone, this time it hit, and the Undertaker pinned Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt was never pinned or submitted at that point. So then Paul Bearer showed up, and he was sitting in a rocking chair, and this is the angle I shot. He betrayed the Undertaker, and he aligned with the Wyatt family, and then he set Kane on fire in the rocking chair, and that was the whole angle, and that started a really long feud, and I enjoyed that feud, man. The Wyatt family against Kane. Later on, Cena and Orton joined in. It was quite a fun feud with Paul Bearer on their side. I thought it was cool. So, and now the main event for the GCW title. We had CM Punk, Randy Orton, and John Cena. And the story into this was CM Punk was pretty much treated very badly by who was the GM at that time, John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis had aligned with Randy Orton, and the stipulation was John Laurinaitis had to give up his GM position if CM Punk would become GCW champion, so you would never give him like a GCW championship match. But then Punk won the Rumble, and then we went on to have this triple threat at Mania because Orton beat John Cena at the Royal Rumble, which was also kind of unfair because John Laurinaitis just set that match up out of nowhere, and Orton just RKO'd him, I think, after a Shield attack. So, you know, you had Orton going in as fighting for Laurinaitis. You had Punk going in. You know, Punk wanted to replace Laurinaitis as GM with Paul Heyman, so you had some guys backing up Paul Heyman, and then John Cena was like the sole guy in this match who was not aligned with anyone and just, you know, fought for the championship. And I think this is the moment like the big brawl broke out. Yeah, the Shield comes in, and then like everyone comes running in, like the Heyman guys come in. Here comes Rollins, knocks out the ref. Punk knocks out Rollins. There comes Reigns, spear. You know, it was full chaos. Lesnar going after Reigns, and RVD RKO on the head. And yeah, the GM's watching, and then they did this combo. I thought it was pretty cool, like a Shield bomb RKO combination. And then Cena started to fight them all by himself because Cena was not aligned with anyone. So he just started to take everyone out. I thought it was pretty cool. Then Punk came flying in. Cena going for the AA. You know, that was like, looked like a little false finish because he also sent Reigns, yes, spear into Orton to the outside. And then Punk goes for the GTS. And, you know, that was a false finish. I think that some people could have bought, you know, you could have expected that to be the finish. Then here, Punk going for the Bulldog. I think the finish was pretty creative here, so we'll just watch this out until it ends. Elbow drop. And now Orton gets back in, going for the go to sleep. Reversed into the T-bone suplex. No, is it really T-bone? I don't know. And then Punk counters, goes under the top rope, wants to drop the elbow on Orton, and I don't know that this is actually probably not possible, but Cena does an AA from the top rope while doing his leg drop. I thought it was a cool spot, and yeah, and now Cena going for the AA on Orton. Orton counters it into an RKO, and now Orton is going to go for the punt kick on Cena. Cena moves out of the way, or he actually kicked him, alright, and Punk was there waiting, go to sleep, and that was the finish, and that was the feel-good ending for GCW WrestleMania 2 with Punk winning the title once again, and Laurinaitis was gone, and Heyman was in charge. So yeah, that was GCW WrestleMania 2. I thought that show was already a lot better, especially the storytelling in it was a ton better. The posing was getting better, was not great, but it was getting better for sure. So yeah, next up we're going to do a GCW WrestleMania 3. I think that one will be a lot better again, so you know, you improve every year. And like you guys know, we're on the road to GCW WrestleMania 8. That is all being worked on, and I think it will be really great. I can't wait to show you guys the stage and all that kind of stuff. So we will have a lot of fun content on the channel about that. That wraps it up for today. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.